So I'm here with Jason. It's good to see you, Jason.
It's very nice to see you.
It's been an entire year. We're checking out Rekoil again.
Yep.
So what are the changes? It's been a whole year. So
it's been extensive. You know, we went into beta in October-ish of last year, and that was to gain momentum for the green light, essentially, the effort that we were doing. And to be honest with you, the game was okay at that point, but there was a lot of issues with it. And it was nice for us to spend those 3 months that we had it in beta, essentially, and hear all the feedback, and then take that feedback and put it back into the game to make things better. So we ditched a lot of our animations and started from scratch on those. We redid all of the characters. We kept a couple that we really liked, but brought in about 8 or 9 new characters on that side of things. And then reworked the entire spawn system, reworked all this stuff. I mean, the list is actually rather extensive, but the end product that we have here now, I'm very, very pleased with, and the response has been great. We started showing the game again around QuakeCon, and that was a nice, smaller environment, and with hardcore FPS players there checking it out, and the response was great. Then we sent Rekoil to Gamescom, and there was an hour-long queue to play the game in Germany, which was fantastic, and the feedback was great. Some of it we couldn't understand because we weren't fluent in German, but but at the same token, you could tell people were really, really digging it. And now, being day 2 at PAX, we had a full day under our belt. The response has been amazing, and so we know that time that we spent making the game better is really paying off, and so so we just have a much more solid product now than we ever have had, and so we're really proud of it, and can't wait to get it in the hands of everybody in about it's about 8 weeks at this point. So time just goes by so quickly, but yeah, here we are, and just can't wait to get the game into everybody's hands. So
Very cool. So one of the things we were kind of wondering, in first-person shooters at the moment, it's kind of this big thing of the spawn logic. How are you guys trying to kind of deal with that? Because the Unreal Engine has a slight issue with it. How are you guys working on that?
Well, and we're still working on it here. I mean, there's there's some game modes that it's working perfectly, and then there's other game modes like Deathmatch that we're just trying to tweak it so that it can accommodate above 12, 14 players. So it's really a challenge on the programming team to make that logic as perfect as it can be. I'm confident we'll nail it. I mean, the game types like Capture the Briefcase, Domination, and Team Deathmatch, those things are working perfectly. The logic is, essentially you die and then you spawn the furthest away from your enemy on the map as possible. Sometimes if there's no available points, like in Deathmatch, if there's people all over the map, it kind of falls back to that original default spawn point. So that's where that logic becomes a little bit of an issue, but but we have a solution for it, and we're getting that worked out. But in the other game types, everything's working really, really well, and it shows here when we're playing. So, but yeah, I think we've got past that. Having the Unreal nuances, like you talked about, it pays to have a really seasoned programming team, and that's done nothing but working with Unreal Engine. And the guys we have doing our stuff are actually licensed contractors with Epic. They handle all Epic support stuff for Unreal 3, and I have nothing but ultimate faith in what they do. And so it's great to see the results of events like this and the QA tests that we're going into at the moment, and we'll take all that feedback and just do our last minute changes and deliver a perfect game as much as close to perfect as we can. So
So is the mod support still a big thing for you guys? Are you still pushing that? How is the community on that, I guess, is what I want to...
Well, mod support is key. Day 1, mod tools will be available. We're going to be integrating with Steam Workshop so that anything that gets created, you can upload and use Steam Workshop to deliver that as well. So it's a huge focus, actually. It's because of my background in modding, I wouldn't ever release a game without tools. You know what I mean? It's just that's the kind of thing that I believe strongly in. So again, we released tools way back when in February. The tools themselves were working really great. The problem that we had with that was just how do we deliver and get that content out to people. And by being greenlit and put on Steam and everything, we now have that vehicle to deliver said content. So so we expect to see a robust effort from the community in terms of making content I mean, the really cool thing is not only will we have a complete, map and mod tools available, but for some people that don't want to get into the engine and that type of thing, we're releasing Photoshop templates of our weapon skins. People can go ahead and draw their own art and upload their own skins to the Steam Workshop as well. And those will all be available to select and put on your weapons and everything else. So there'll be multiple levels of mod support in terms of how we're going about this. And but yeah, the mod tools are strong, and you can do mapping, you can do whatever game types you want, whatever characters you want, adding in changes to menus and that type of thing, and running it as your own mod essentially, and that also goes hand in hand with dedicated servers. It's how would you run that if you were doing a peer-to-peer setup? You really can't. So having dedicated boxes provided to people, we'll provide our own, but people will be able to rent their own as well. And say they want to run a custom content-only server, they're more than happy to do so. And so, we're just trying to support it as every way as we possibly can. So,
sounds pretty cool. Well, Jason, it's good to see you again. Thanks for
very much
talking to us. Well, shout out. I did it again.